Hi, in this quick video, I'm going to be answering one of the most common questions I get from our clients, which is how many inboxes to use per domain when you're doing cold email. So, this is kind of one that's up for debate in general, but at least in this video, I'll explain like my thinking behind it and what I usually go with. So, realistically, a lot of your email reputation and how much the chance of you landing in spam is down to your domain reputation. So, is your domain in block lists? Is your domain being marked as spam consistently? Have you got a good warm up process in place? Um, and a lot of this you'll be able to tell by just looking at the reply rate of your campaigns and sorting by domains to see if there's certain domains that are having much lower reply rates than other domains. With that in mind, if your domain is one of the main reasons you're landing in spam, then having multiple inboxes on that domain could, in some people's opinion, be risky because as soon as your domain's reputation goes, all of the inboxes that are associated with that domain now start landing in spam. So some people, and I know this was big 2 years ago, people were just using one inbox and one domain. But obviously, in reality, does this actually lead to better performance or like lead to allowing you to send more volume and actually achieving better results? And in my opinion, it doesn't, because if you have one inbox and one domain, it skyrockets the costs of your infrastructure because though the domains are one of the most expensive parts like of the upfront cost. And personally, I would rather I've seen that your domains slowly die over time in general. So I would rather be able to send more volume per domain by having three inboxes on that domain and be more cost effective in the short term. Um, just to send more volume because your inboxes and your domains will die over time when you send a certain amount of volume. So I would rather just be able to send more volume compared to buying one domain and one inbox and sending way less volume and then probably just dying, like probably the infrastructure just dying at the certain point when I've sent the same amount of volume that I would have with the other setup. But with the other setup, I've just sent it in a much shorter amount of time, got myself in front of way more people and given myself a chance at making a lot more sales. So that's kind of my thought process behind it. Um, some people kind of meet in the middle and they go for two inboxes per domain. That's obviously a safer route, and the less inboxes you have per domain, the safer you are on that spectrum. But personally, from the results I've seen, I've consistently been able to get very good deliverability, very low bounce rates, and get a nice like lifetime out of my inboxes by having three inboxes per domain. So I think it's a pretty safe bet. And this is talking about Google, so Google Workspace inboxes. With Outlook, it can be a bit different because you may be using Azure, which you'll have like maybe 50 inboxes per domain, but that's a completely different scenario. And most beginners are not going to be using Outlook Azure accounts. They're going to probably be using the Google Workspace setup. So this is specifically for the Google Workspace setup. You can just have three inboxes per domain, and you're probably going to be all good. If anything changes, I'll make a video on this. And if anyone has any other opinions, I'd love to hear it in the comments. This is literally just what I've experienced so far from doing cold email for around 2 years now. But if you would like us to help you with your B2B growth, you can book a call with the link below and we can have a quick chat and see if it'd be a good fit. But other than that, subscribe to the channel and check out the other videos if you're looking for more tips around B2B growth. Thanks for watching.